pro tip here from HC Express. Something that's been on my mind here and everybody's mind here is the DAT board being down and what to do when the DAT board is down. If you new or you not that experienced and you out trying to get loads, that's something that can definitely stress you out, kind of scare you. So some tips that you should definitely do when you're new and you're up and coming dispatcher is, or even if you're a trucker and you're dispatching yourself in your truck, have more than one load boards. If you're a dispatcher, money may be low, so you only can afford that board, and you might not be able to afford another a load service. But if you can, try to get another one. Another one that I use is 123 load board. That's a good one. Also, while you are booking loads, if you book a load from Chicago, let's say to Georgia, and pretty much your driver does an excellent job of getting it there, you do an excellent job of communicating, which I'm gonna touch on next here in a little bit of this video. Soon as you finish that load and pretty much tell the broker, hey, thank you for giving us this load, you want to ask them, hey, do you have this load anymore? Soon as they say thank you, hit you back, you want to ask them, do they have this load anymore? Pretty much they're going to say yes. If you did a good job of, like I said, no, you was there on time, you communicated all the way through, they'll pretty much say, yes, we do, or I normally have loads coming out of Chicago or out of Georgia or whatever. You want to write that person down. So if his name Michael, you write down Michael, Chicago loads, Mississippi loads, or whatever. Boom, that's on your piece of paper. So when that shuts down and you in Chicago or you in Georgia, or hell, if you anywhere, who you gonna call? You calling the dude that pretty much gave you the information. But the key to that, which I said I'd touch on, is communicating and over-delivering. Something that I learned from my mentor, Alex Burton, shout out to Good Energy, is over-deliver. So as soon as you get the load and your driver gets there, you email that broker, hey, my driver's on site. As soon as your driver gets that load and is loaded, you email them back and say, hey, my driver's loaded and on the way. You might even want to email them in between and just say, hey, just letting you know my driver's, 100 miles away. But in the morning, when your driver gets there or whenever your driver gets there, what do you want to do again? Email that broker, say, my driver's on site. When the driver gets unloaded, hey, my driver's unloaded. Thank you so much. What that does, that separates you once again from 99.9% of people out there. Something that I mentioned in my other videos is communication. Communication is something that nobody has. If you're in a relationship with a girl or a dude, no communication. At your job, they don't communicate. I used to work for a telecommunication company. We installed telephones. Something that we didn't have was what? Communication. And we installed phones. What I'm trying to say is communication is key. If you go above and beyond and communicate, you will separate yourself from so many people, and that makes so many people happy. An illustration I used before, if somebody owes you money and you calling them and they not picking up the phone, what's the first thing you say? All they had to do was tell me they didn't have it. All they had to do was what? Communicate. Communication gets you the loads, gets you dedicated lanes, and gets you everything. Which goes back to my point. When that board is down, you over delivering and communicating will get you the loads, so you don't have to be on that. Pretty much, honestly, when you should try to get to a certain point that you're not even on the DAT board no more. That you pretty much working with your brokers. You know what that does? That makes your life easier. That gives you the freedom to do whatever you want. Because if you gotta wake up, don't get me wrong, sometimes you gotta use the DAT board or whatever load board. But if you gotta wake up every day, that kind of stresses you out. But just imagine a life that you can be at the beach, or you could be at Ross or Target, wherever you shop at, and you just hit an email, hey, boop, boop, boop. Yeah, you got something in Tennessee to Texas? All right, boom, 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 boom. And then you out instead of getting up early in the morning like, it's a part of the job, but that's your goal. You want to work to the point that you don't even use that board anymore. Because when that board is down, I'm like, oh, let's go to the email list. That's I'm not gonna lie, I still use that board, but you want to once again get to the point that you're not even worried about it. You just laugh when people say that. It's like, hey, I remember that back in the day. So, like I said, the first tip, use more than one load board. I think 123 Truck Stop has like a 10-day free trial. I know DAT has a 30-day free trial. Try other ones. Get in Facebook groups and ask other people. That's one thing too. Don't be afraid to ask. Open your mouth. Closed mouths don't get fed. And the second one is communication, and write down the people who you delivered for. Everybody you deliver for, you need to write them down, and you need to be asking them, hey, do y'all have this load? Do y'all have this lane? And if he says yes, also ask him, hey, where do you mostly get your loads from? Where do y'all book loads out of? And write them down. Okay, Memphis, Tennessee. Okay, Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, Chicago. Now you know where to send your drivers. And then another play for you, you can just start making a square or a triangle effect. All right, I'm sending my drivers Chicago to Tim. All right, boom. Mike, he over here, he cooling in Philadelphia, sending him to Philadelphia. I got Keisha, she in Atlanta, so Philadelphia to Atlanta. Then I'm gonna send my driver right back home because I already know who's got the loads there. So you're not even stressed. You already Monday morning, hey man, you got another load. Boom, all right. He loves you. Y'all best friends now. You're asking about the kids. You know his daughter plays softball. Come on, people. We know how to do this. This is just, I'm telling you stuff that you probably already know, but you just never thought of it. And it's like, that makes sense. So communication is key. And like I said, stack your money so you can get you another load board to use. You should always be reinvesting your money. Shouldn't be out here trying to party at the club. I know you want to party and stuff, but use that money, man, reinvest. But I tried to make a little short video, but went on a rant. But this is another pro tip from Agency Express. If y'all have other stuff that y'all want me to talk about, put it down in the comments and I'll make a video. I would never tell y'all something I don't know nothing about. I'm not trying to say I know everything because I still bump my head. That's everybody in life. I don't care how smart you are, how rich you are, you always bump your head. So I will always try to give y'all information on stuff that I know about and the mistakes that I made. Try to help you guys out. But like I said, this is another pro tip from Agency Express. We out.